To understand the future rulers of Ayodhya, you have to strip away the marble palaces and silk tapestries. The young princes were pulled from absolute royal luxury, dropped into Guru Vashistha's unforgiving forest ashram, and traded featherbeds for a cold stone floor. The days were consumed by relentless physical labor, sweeping the expansive ashram grounds, gathering heavy piles of firewood, and enduring intense combat drills. By nightfall, the exhaustion set in, accompanied by a heavy, quiet homesickness. These were, after all, young children, isolated from their families for the first time. When the younger boys struggled to sleep through the homesickness, the eldest brother, Ram, stepped in. He didn't command them to be tough. Instead, he took on a deeply maternal role, singing them to sleep with a lullaby to ease their anxiety. Vashistha viewed these small, domestic acts of care as the first true tests of character. The logic was straightforward. A prince who lacks the gentleness to comfort a homesick brother is a man who cannot be trusted with the life and death responsibility of an entire kingdom. Guru Vashistha had a specific vision, intending to forge his students into hardened, stoic protectors. He believed future kings needed to survive the brutal realities of war and duty, requiring a mind impervious to distraction and weakness. But the ashram's co-creator, Guru Mata Arundhati, challenged this approach. She argued that relentless harshness only produces unfeeling stones. A true protector, she insisted, needs emotional softness to actually understand the value of the lives they are sworn to defend. The princes were subjected to both philosophies simultaneously. Vashistha forged their discipline through combat training and the rigid laws of nature. Arundhati cultivated their emotional awareness, introducing music and the arts to keep their minds flexible. This dual curriculum aimed to create a ruler who is both a shield and a heartbeat. It established the principle that absolute power requires an equal measure of restraint, ensuring that the sword is only ever drawn by a hand that knows the weight of what it protects. As the princes matured, the curriculum shifted inward. At the spine's base sits a dormant cosmic force, Kundalini. The practitioner must systematically awaken this raw energy and push it upward through 7 distinct command centers, or chakras, culminating at the crown of the head. Vashistha issued a strict warning. If a student forces this energy upward without pure intentions and a guru's precise guidance, the volatile force becomes uncontrollable, leading directly to madness and self-destruction. When successfully navigated, energy reaches the highest chakra, the Sahasrara. The practitioner achieves a state where the boundaries of self dissolve completely, allowing them to perceive all time and space simultaneously. Before the princes could face external threats, they had to prove they could conquer their own internal anatomy. This internal mastery was required to solve the central problem of Hindu philosophy, karma. The belief is that every action accrues a debt, locking the soul into an inescapable loop of birth, death, and rebirth. This presents a terrible paradox for a king. A ruler must take massive consequential actions daily. Terrible acts bind in iron chains. Righteous acts bind in golden chains. The soul still remains trapped. Vashistha taught them a specific spiritual loophole to bypass this trap: Nishkam Karma. This discipline means executing one's earthly duty flawlessly while remaining entirely detached from the outcome. The practitioner acts, but mentally remains a neutral witness to the action. When a practitioner truly masters this witness mindset, the I behind the action begins to fade. The princes applied this by bowing to Shiva, the ultimate witness to the cosmic cycle. As they understood more about the universe, they felt less need to center themselves. In ancient India, the ultimate proof of education was wielding massive worldly power, while viewing themselves as merely a humble instrument of a larger duty. The timeless isolation of the ashram finally broke. The royal minister Sumantra arrived from the capital, carrying fine silk garments sent by the king and queen. The childhood of the 4 princes was over. They traded their simple ashram clothes for the robes of royalty. They were stepping out of the safety of the forest and directly onto the brutal, unforgiving political stage of Ayodhya. In their final moments together, Guru Vashistha released them from his command with a single directive: Atma Deepo Bhava, be your own light. He instructed them to stop blindly following his orders and begin relying entirely on their own internal moral compass. They left the forest carrying the weight of 3 non-negotiable cosmic debts: to the gods, to their ancestors, and to their teachers. These debts could only be cleared through a lifetime of selfless service to humanity. The Gurukul prepared them for the precise challenges ahead. By breaking down their egos and fortifying their emotional and spiritual resilience, Vashistha and Arundhati ensured the young men could withstand the catastrophic betrayals and heavy burdens they were about to face.